vibrations of ascending and descending, and back and forth they're wending their way into my chest, and so I make my
My name's Joseph Ochoa. I'm 21 years old. I have a twin sister, older brother, live with my parents, college student part-time. That's pretty much about it. Jailyn, it's my sister. I grew up with her. She's my best friend. She's been through everything in life with me, from the ups and downs, mistakes I've made, and literally through everything. No, she is my best friend. I think what I love most is probably, I'm not a musician, but I love to listen to music. I don't know. I just always found it to be like an escape or like a therapy to me. It's always been like something that I've used to, like, I guess, escape the realities of the world. These are my broken headphones that I still wear to this day. I've had them for about a year, but they're hanging on by a thread with hot glue, or super glue, I should say. Yeah. This has kind of always been there, like, regardless, like, not specifically these headphones, but just in general, like music, or just my headphones have always been there to just help me escape whatever bad situation I'm in life. Because, like, more specifically, home life, like, hasn't necessarily been the best. And just put these on, put your favorite song on, and you don't have to listen to that anymore.
What would you tell your child self? Like, if you could talk to him now, what would you tell him?
I feel like I tell him to enjoy the bad. I'm gonna get emotional. Because I feel like, as sucky as like the bad was growing up, I'm very grateful for what it was. And sometimes I find myself missing the bad, because, like, had I really enjoyed the bad times of my life, I feel like I'd be a lot more grateful for what I have today. Like, I remember there was a time where we were living in these apartments, and I was sharing a room with my two siblings. All we had was two mattresses on the ground, and we had rats. It was a horrible living situation, but I kind of miss those days because it was just like so like when I think back at that, it's like wow, it's kind of nostalgic. It's like there was something so I don't know. It's just like man, I came from that, and now this is where I am today. I have my own room. It's like I was only living in an apartment, and now I have, I'm living in my own house. I have the privilege to cut my own yard. It's like, huh, I really should have enjoyed more of the bad. Uh,
So I'm Jailyn Ochoa. I'm 21. I have two brothers, a twin brother and an older brother who is 24. And two parents, that we live at home still. I go to college. I'm gonna go full time pretty sure next semester. Pictures and like my camera and things like that mean so much to me because my family in Mexico, that's how they watched me grow up. That's what they knew me as. I think because I had a very difficult upbringing, I hold on to the years that we had that were good. And these are the days that I feel like the good times that we were. This is before everything kind of shifted in our lives.
I feel like there's not as much like compassion as there should be. Like there's like so much bad things going on in the world and people don't really care about it because it's like, oh, it's not affecting me, so why do I care? But like, how can we as a society like, I guess, move past these bad things if we don't even like help each other through them?
Like, at the end of the day, we're all just human beings and we're all trying our best. I personally don't think it's that hard to just be empathetic and listen to someone and be like, what drove someone, for example, with immigrants, what drives someone to leave everything they've ever known and go to a country they don't know the language, they don't know anything, they don't have anything. You don't know what that drives someone to do. I don't understand how people can live with themselves and do these things. It's like you kind of know, okay, politicians don't care about you. You know the rich don't care about you. People are being used as their pawns. And I'm someone who does believe in God, and I think that sometimes these people who claim to be Christian, who claim that, I've used even the Bible to justify some of the most awful things ever. I kind of always think back to that and just at the end of the day, I think people have forgotten, like, you're going to have to face God and you're going to have to answer to him. People look at those immigrants and there's certain people who believe they're criminals, who believe there's the worst of the worst and all these things. But for many of us, that's my dad. That's my mom, who made one of the biggest sacrifices they could have ever made just to ensure that I didn't grow up the way that they did. And that itself is a blessing. I always just think of everything we've been through, and I truly think that I don't think I would have survived it without you.
Yeah, me too.
My name is Taylor Keene. I'm an artist, a mother, and an introvert. I live in the woods with my husband, our two beautiful boys, two dogs, and our cat Pickles. I love to read. I love to draw, write stories, make music. I love taking pictures of nature and the world around me, but most of all, I love spending time with my little ones. I try to think as little as possible and stay present in the moment. Just be there in that moment with them, listening to the birds, listening to the wind in the trees, their laughs, their funny little conversations, the sound of the frogs and the bugs. This has always been my home. I grew up here. I played in these same woods with my brothers and sisters when I was little. I remember picking the exact tree I wanted to build my house behind, and that's where I made my home. I know most people don't have that, and I try not to take it for granted. I honestly don't want to forget a single moment with my little ones. We go on little nature walks almost every day. We find bugs and four-leaf clovers. We pick honeysuckles and blackberries. We play this game every autumn where we try to catch the leaves as they're falling from the trees. That's probably my favorite. They look at the world with the same curious wonder that I did as a child. My oldest son is so gentle and kind to all things, no matter their size, and my youngest is messy and wild. He wears dirt and mud like a badge of honor. They're growing up in a world where gun violence is occurring at community parks, where people, kids included, have low self-esteem and developmental issues from being on social media, where art, writing, music, creative thinking, and expression is being outsourced to AI. Plus, with AI improving rapidly, we're now entering a post-reality world where the things you see aren't even real anymore. That seems like a tool that would hinder mental growth of society, not benefit it. I'm afraid of a lot of things. Just last week, a 16-year-old was shot in a drive-by at a park where I take my children every week. It's just hard. There were pictures of a bullet hole in the glass at a carousel, like a carousel made for small children. And we had to go back the following week. And while they're smiling and riding on their little animals, I'm trying to be in the moment and trying to be happy with them. And in my head, I'm just thinking, is that person outside just jogging or are they running from something? Like, it makes it hard to be in that moment with them when you're trying to bury your fears. My mom always told me that there's power in words and that you can speak things into existence, so I try not to dwell on my fears, but it's sometimes hard not to be afraid. And I wasn't afraid before I had children. I hope they can find somewhere they feel safe and happy. They will always have a place here if that's where they want to be, but if they ever want to be elsewhere, I just hope they can find somewhere that makes them feel like I do here.
What do you hope they carry with them from being raised here?
Wonder for the world around them, gentle and caring hearts, wild, messy, adventurous souls, compassion for all creatures, and always curious minds. I hope they feel confident enough to try unfamiliar things, to make mistakes and to grow from them, to create and express as much as possible, to find people they can connect with where they can truly be themselves, to believe without a doubt that they make this world a better place just by being in it, and to know that they are so, so very loved.
My name is Mia Moore. I'm 20 years old. I am a sophomore at Dalton State College. I'm also a film student, aspiring film student, I guess. The theater has always been a quiet spot, a safe spot from when I was really young. this theater specifically is actually the one that made me fall in love with movie theaters. This might sound like a little conceited, but I'm like actually really afraid of being just kind of mediocre. I have yeah, I have a mediocre career, a mediocre life outside of college.
I think for a lot of people around my age, our age, we have a lot of similar fears in that we're just not going to have the same opportunities that a lot of people before us had. I think for someone like me who wants to go into an art-based career, there's a lot of anxiety about being able to actually work and get work within the industry. I also played soccer for the majority of my life. For about 10 years, I would be at these fields at least twice a week. I played on 3 different teams at this specific park, and that's not including indoor teams. I was essentially raised at this park on these fields. These jerseys show the longest era of my life so far. These are a physical reminder of 14 years of my life and all the teams that I played on. Granted, some of them I played on longer than others. Some of them were just a season in my youth or just a season here or there, and others spanned multiple years. I learned a lot with all of these jerseys. Some of them taught me how to be a good friend first. Others taught me how to be a good teammate. Most of these jerseys remind me of some of the best people that I've ever met and some of the best friends that I've ever had. And I really like having that reminder of really all the years that we had together. I was fortunate enough to be able to meet a lot of different people wearing these different jerseys, and I'm really grateful for all the time that I had playing with each of these teams, and there's a lot of lessons that I'll definitely take with me. There's a lot of fear around stuff that we were told we should be able to do when we were younger that just don't seem all that possible anymore. I'm scared that I'll never be able to own a home, whether it's because of the profession that I chose, but also the economy and everything just doesn't allow for it as much anymore. I think the political atmosphere right now is very, very frightening, and it's disappointing to see where the United States specifically has been going. I honestly hope that we just don't have to settle anymore as we continue on our paths. We don't have to settle for the understanding that, we'll never be able to buy a house, or settle for the understanding that my job might become obsolete and I have to learn something new. I think that's unfair to a lot of people. Yeah, I hope that we don't have to settle, and that things that we dreamed of when we were little are still applicable and still something we'll be able to do.
I hope people will be a little more open-minded going into the future. If you listen and you listen well, you'll understand more. And then it's a big, beautiful world. We can all come together and be peaceful with each other.
My name is Aubrey, and Haley and I grew up in Ringgold, which is like a really small town in like the kind of like the northwestern corner of Georgia, and it's really, really white. And Haley and I met like probably the first day of preschool, I think. And after that, we were just like two peas in a pod. And I always remember feeling like really different and like I never really belonged, or like people never wanted me there, or any other way you want to phrase it. But it was really hard. But I was like four. So I didn't have the language for that, or I didn't know what I was feeling. But through that, there was always just Haley. And she was always there, and she never cared that I was different. And we laughed about everything, and we did everything together. And she was just the greatest friend I really could have asked for. I feel like my life has been, uh, there's just been a lot of like relational loss, I guess. And I never really talk about it, but like all of the friends I had all the way through like going to college, I'm not friends with any of them anymore, really. And I feel like as a person, I'm really hopeful and I really want to see the best in people and I really want to love people and I really want people to love me too. But like that never really happened, except for Haley. And I guess I'm just really thankful for everything. And I'm so glad that she's like in my life.
We had our own bubble. I think that's what saved us from a lot of things.
I would have been absolutely miserable.
We had our own bubble, like, and no one could break that, like, at all.
We've had times where we don't talk to each other anymore, which has been, it happens, like we all go our own ways and stuff, but I do feel like I've missed out on her life a little bit, and that kind of hurts. But I'm glad that we're back together and hanging out again. It makes me happy, and I just love her very much. Nothing really has changed, honestly, since the old days. It all still feels the same.
Woo! Who am I? And why am I here? I'm Torrance Ford. I am married to Janet and father of Aubrey. Live in Ringgold, Georgia. Born and raised in North Alabama, a little city called Decatur, Alabama. Proud graduate of the University of Alabama, Roll Tide. Work for Shaw Industries. I work in information technology, and I have been at Shaw for 30 years. My wife and I'm the youngest of 6 kids. I have 3 brothers, 2 sisters. My oldest brother passed on in December from lung cancer. I am the baby, as they say. They told me I was spoiled growing up. I just told them they were bad and I was good. And that was the consequences of it. And Janet and I met in college. Actually, I had just graduated college, and a friend that's still a friend today to both of us introduced us on a blind date. We started dating and dated for like 6 months, and then I got a job at Shaw and moved to Dalton in 1995. And we had a long distance relationship for a couple of years, got engaged in December of 1997, before y'all were born, by the way. And got married in August of 98 and been married since. Aubrey came along in 2003. When she came along, and life was a lot of fun. We were very busy. It was challenging in that we moved away from where the family unit was at. And we were fortunate that when we lived in Chattanooga, we lived like one neighborhood away from one of Janet's brothers and his wife, and they had 2 kids. So we had some immediate family here. But after a few years, they moved off and went back to Alabama. So we were a small family unit, and we had to travel a lot to be around other family members. But over the years, we made friends here, and good friends. And when Aubrey became age to go to preschool, she went to Ringgold First Baptist, where she met Haley and met you. from that point, y'all were best buds, and got to spend a lot of time with you and your family and hanging out. And it's neat to know when somebody has your daughter's back, kind of deal, and she had your back. So that was a blessing that y'all connected like that. The world is so divisive right now, and especially from a political standpoint, I believe most Americans agree on most things, but the political posturing tries to convince you that you hate the person that lives right next to you, kind of deal, and it's just constant. So I am concerned about. I am a technologist. I'm concerned about how people are using technology to spread those messages constantly, and then to get people believing things to the point where they will sever relationships with those that they love and care about over a political opinion coming from someone that you will probably never know or meet. Um, and I think friends and family is so much more important than that. And I hate that. That's what's getting people elected. Is that dividing folk is what wins.
What are you most afraid of?
That I can't protect my family for whatever reason, because of the state of the world and so many weird and wild things are happening. That I just won't be in a position to make sure that they're safe and secure.
Well, what gives you hope, I guess, in the world today?
My faith gives me hope in the world. Seeing people overcome the challenges that they face, seeing people help other people. One of the things that I've done 5 times now is running the St. Jude. And I'm not a runner, but I run and I raise money. And what's so amazing is when you go to Memphis and you see 20,000 people joining together to try to help someone in need, and knowing that that happens dozens of times throughout the year. It's just a reminder that humanity cares about other people. It's not weak to care about other people and to help other people. Mm-hmm. And back to the political narratives, sometimes there are messages that says, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, and if you try to help somebody, then you're weak, and they're weak for them needing help, and that's just life. So I'm inspired when I see people doing things to help other people. Mm-hmm. I hope that we are able to stay healthy, happy, and stay connected. Families are funny organizations in that as you age and life changes and some people move on and new people show up, is that through all of that we can stay connected as a family and take care of each other. Good deal.